Good evening, everyone. So for this week's Getting to Know Ukraine, we're going to transition into something a little more fun and informational. Since the past two videos, yes, they were informational, but they were also hard videos to watch and think about. So we're going to do a part 2 to the top 10. These are another kind of 10 cool facts about Ukraine, and I also have some photos to share as well, and I'll tell you what town or city these photos are in. So let's get started. Unlike many cultures around the world, Ukrainians wear wedding rings on their right hand and not their left. And the picture here is from Poltava, Ukraine. Unfortunately, when I was in Poltava, I did not get to go to this park and see this cool kind of arch slash mini amphitheater. Kind of looks like that. I'd like to see it someday. So let's switch the photos. Two. Commemorated on June the 23rd, Ivan Kupala Day is one of Ukraine's most fun traditional celebrations. Boys and girls join hands in pairs and jump over a fire in a purification ritual. Locals believe that when a couple skips the fire without losing grip of each other, their love is destined to last a lifetime. And this photo is also from Poltava, Ukraine. That would be a Eastern Orthodox style church. This is another thing I didn't unfortunately get to see. I was only in Poltava for a few days, and we were very busy working with the local church there and going out and around to other villages. So I didn't get to sightsee as much as I would like to have, but the next time I'm in Poltava, I'm hopefully going to be able to see these things. So let's move on to the other photo. Number 3. Kiev is widely regarded as the country's spiritual capital. Pilgrims regularly travel long distances to visit the Sofia Kirushka, I think I didn't do justice to that name, church, and St. Michael's Golden Domed Monastery. And this photo is from Kiev. I would bet it's one of those two churches that I just listed. It's probably the monastery since it's a golden dome. I don't know. I did see one of the giant churches when I was in Kiev, but I don't remember the name of the church. It was on top of this hill. You had to walk all the way up, and this church was massive, sitting on the side of this cliff overlooking the city. It was really awesome. Four. Thousands of Jews were offered protection by Ukrainian religious leaders during World War II. One of the leaders, Metropolitan Andriy Sheptytsky, sorry if I mispronounced his name, was honored in 2013 by the Anti-Defamation League for his humanitarian role. The Jews found refuge in monasteries and Ukrainian homes. A very bold thing to do when the Nazis are knocking at your door or protecting people. Five. Ukraine is home to several archaeological sites that were previously Neanderthal settlements. The settlements featured a mammoth bone dwelling and is viewed as a possible location for the domestication of horses. The Moldova site date back to 4300 to 4500 BC. So I'm guessing this is saying that the Ukrainian site is as old or older. And this picture here is from Odessa, Ukraine. I did not get to go to Odessa when I was there. It is on the west side, southwest side of Ukraine. It's on the Black Sea. I'd love to see it. I've seen photos and videos, but haven't gotten down there yet. Native Ukrainians consist of roughly 77.8% of the population. That is a lot of the same people group. In the US, we don't really have that. We're a mix of a whole bunch of different people groups to create one nation. And then this photo here is also from Odessa. It's a major place for a lot of the shipping to come in. And again, it looks very modern, very new. Some place that would be cool to just walk around, take photos, maybe get a bite to eat. I also saw videos and other pictures of Odessa that a lot of people like to enjoy swimming there. Although Ukrainians are hospitable, they seldom smile in public. And it happens in a lot of places. They're probably just really busy, focused on what they need to do, and they just don't have time, and they just keep going. But I can definitely relate to being hospitable. Like when I was there, they were constantly offering to pay for our meal or share with us something. Like once you get to know a Ukrainian, they become one of your greatest friends, and they are very loyal, trusting, and caring people. This photo is from Mariupol, Ukraine. It is on the east, next to the border with Russia. I've never gotten to go there, but it's probably the city that is the highest on my list to see, because there is an orphanage there run by a Catholic priest. I'm going to butcher his name, so I'll just say the name of the orphanage. It's called Pilgrim Republic. It's one of those places that is doing child care of children in need well. They're doing it well. They're helping out the children. They give them a nice place to stay. I've emailed these people a while back, and I wanted to go there and help out, either teach English or do something to help, but that fell through because of finances. And hopefully the next time I go to Ukraine, I will be able to go there and render some sort of aid, because they're doing a lot of good. Ukraine is the fourth educated nation in the world. 99.4% literacy in Ukraine, age 15 and over. 70% of adult Ukrainians have secondary or higher education. The country has about 150 colleges and universities and 80 research institutes. That is crazy. Most people in Ukraine that I met that were in my age category or a little bit younger, so 20s and 30s, they were either in university or they graduated from university. So most of the people that I met within my age category had gone to university or graduated from, which is different than here in the US. Most of my friends, they didn't go to university. They all got jobs and decided not to take on the debt. So they're pretty successful in their jobs, but they're just, blue-collar jobs. They own a home, they have a car, but, it's not as much as it could be if they had gone to university for a job that was needed and they didn't accrue the debt. So a lot of people that don't have the money, don't go to college, so that they're not in debt for the rest of their lives, and they choose to work a job where they make less, but they still make enough to live. So in Ukraine, it sounds like university is a little bit more affordable. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't do a whole lot of research on schooling in Ukraine yet, because I have no intentions in going back to university because of how expensive it was. This photo is from Kryvyi Rog, Ukraine. That's the city that I probably spent the most time in when I was there. Then again, I didn't get to see a whole lot because we were working a lot with the church that was there. We were going from village to village. We spent a lot of time with the people, which is the most important thing, especially when you're ministering to them and being with them and just helping them through daily life and just letting them know that, you know, you may be from across the world, but you care about them, you care about what they're going through, and you do your best to relate to them and just spend time getting to know them and praying for their needs. According to a research and branding group survey, a large percentage of Ukrainians, nearly 80%, have never traveled abroad. And this statement is also true. Most of the people that I met in Ukraine or that I'm currently friends with, they have not traveled outside of Ukraine. I only know a few guys from Ukraine that have traveled outside of Ukraine, but that's because they are missionaries. So they've been to Germany and some of the surrounding closer countries, but they've never left the continent of Europe. They've only been to a few countries and not a whole lot. You know, I have to fly across the ocean just to get to Ukraine. You know, it's in a totally different continent. But a lot of the people that I did meet in Ukraine, you know, they said that if they had extra money or if it was more affordable, they would love to travel. And a lot of them cited the United States or UK as places that they would want to see if it was more affordable or they had more money. And for number 10, every year on August 24th, Ukraine celebrates their Independence Day, also known as National Day. The day marks the declaration of Ukraine from the Soviet Union on the 24th of August 1991. So this is when Ukraine broke off from the Soviet Union and became their own nation once again. Like I've said before, basically for 70 years, Ukraine was subjugated by the Soviet Union. So once they had their chance again to be free of that, you know, they chose to do that on 24th of August, 91. So that's basically their 4th of July. And then the picture, final picture here, this is from Kryvyi Rog as well. I didn't get to see this place in person, but it was explained to me by a few of the people that I made friends with, and they said that it's one of the most beautiful places in the country, and that they'd like to take me there at some point when I have more time. The place that I stayed at, they were selling buttons, you know, like little fridge magnets that you put on your fridge, and this arch or pavilion, whatever you want to call it, I don't know the specific name, but it's a very beautiful thing in this park, was on this button. So I picked up the button to remember Kryvyi Rog by. So those are the kind of neat little 10 things that I found about Ukraine and about its people. So I hope this kind of refreshed your mood and kind of alleviated some of the sadness that some of my past videos may have brought. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this is the Getting to Know Ukraine series. I'm going to be starting up another video that I will post once a week, and that's going to be for praying for the needs of Ukraine, for Belarus, for Russia and for Romania, basically praying for the region as a whole of Eastern Europe. And I know that some of you that follow this page are not religious in any way, shape, or form, and want nothing to do with watching me pray for a nation or for people. And that's totally up to you, and I respect that. So that's why I'm making these two things separate. So you'll still have your getting to know Ukraine content, and then you'll also have me praying for the nation and the surrounding area, also giving out prayer requests for people who want to also pray for the nation, the people, and the surrounding area. So thank you very much for tuning in to Getting to Know Ukraine this Tuesday, and we will see you next week. So see you guys later.